Hello, everybody. Welcome to the No Depression Sessions. We're here at Folk Alliance International in Kansas City. Thanks to our friends at AEA Microphones with Willi Carlisle. Willi, it's great to see you. Thanks for doing this.
And thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this has been a total pleasure so far. This job is a ton of fun on our side. You've sounded great during sound check, and we're about to share your music with our audience now. I know all three of these tunes are from Critterland, the current record.
Yeah, Critterland came out about a month ago here in February when we're making this, and yeah, it's been really lovely to have people like 10's had songs so far. Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Well, we're looking forward to it. What do you want to play first today?
I'm going to play one of my favorites called The Great Depression, kind of about what we inherit and through what suffering and what we should do with it. There is trouble in the darksome sky, he saw it as a boy, from great-granddad's covered wagon, from the crux of Illinois, for the promise of the daffodils amongst the hard limestone, they carved the die of fortune out of buffalo bones. They all wandered o'er the salty seas, the prairies wide and more, just to make a foolish man like me that's darkening your door. If the Great Depression made us, there's no need to despair. I won't waste a single moment of the work that brought me here. From the needle-pricking mothers that were never taught to read, to the barefoot hungry soldiers that enlisted at 16. Oh, in my dumb debasement, I still find great relief that on the lamb and on the dole they counted themselves free. And I have hustled towards the overpass to sleep there in the rain. I've settled with my pocket knife to carve out all their names. If the Great Depression made us, there's no need to despair. I won't waste a single moment of the work that brought me here. From the jailhouse on the border to the hold beneath the ship, to the wheat fields out in Oregon, to the first night that we kissed. From the darkness of the coal mine to the brightest factory floor, to when our kin a better life is still worth dying for. And I still cry my eyes out every time I dare to touch the spirit. And if this is our small lot in life, I'm gonna love it like I mean it. If the Great Depression made us, there's no need to despair. I won't waste a single moment of the work that brought me here. Oh, the blood is strong with victory that brought us our despair. I won't waste a single moment of the love that brought me here.
That's great, man. Willi, thank you for the music. Thanks for your time. It sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we got to talk a little bit offline about our respective Folk Alliance experiences. This is the first time for me. I know you've have many years under your belt. How is your 2024 Folk Alliance International going so far?
Oh, it's been lovely. I don't always believe in industry-facing events just because the music industry is a pretty bad place. I'm glad that gets a laugh instead of a... But I wanted to play square dances and write poems and songs, and I was convinced by friends to make kind of my first record in 2016. And I really have enjoyed Folk Alliance in particular, because it like has a conscience. It like works on it. Like an Indigenous Music Summit is happening down the street here in Kansas City, and that's pretty cool. Um, and also because it means we get to get in front of incredible gear like this stuff, and like actually have a toy box. Whereas I think when I just wanted to play square dances, it was just like, well, I already have a fiddle. I don't need anything. Some of the playfulness goes away. So yeah, it's been really enjoyable.
Yeah, I can echo that sentiment too. I mean, even though this is just my first year, it does feel like there's not any of that sort of ickiness that can come along with industry things that just feel too much that way. This one feels like, yeah, maybe acknowledge the fact that this is also a business, but it seems like the motivations are right, maybe.
Yeah, and surely our motivations are to make a living and not a killing, is what Utah Phillips, a great folk singer, used to say. I always really like that. This feels like it's kind of middle market. I'm still delighted to play like a lot of clubs, beer joints, a ticket under $20, stuff like that. And I think that goes for most of the people that are here. And I don't think everybody's walking around, hoping for an opportunity to kick anybody else in the teeth either, which is kind of nice. I think there's an idea that we could all thrive together at things like this, and that's kind of what I have always wanted folk music to mean, is that people have these kind of complicated cultural and ideological histories that create their music and the music that they prefer, so I guess it seems like this place and folk music in general are kind of in alignment in some ways.
Yeah, fully agree. So we've got an instrument change coming up right now, I believe.
Yeah. My little concertina. In the middle of a Tennessee midwinter rain, a two-headed lamb was by the old ewe born, and as she latched on to her mother, the cry rang out double. She was dead in the meadow by the mowing. And before the fog had lifted, the coyotes picked her clean, and the old ewe resigned herself to lay in hay and bleed. And as he walked out that morning, the old man didn't look to see. Out of season, sweet persimmons in the old growth tree. And I know scattered o'er the cursed world are frightening bones to find. All bones of people born too soon, lambs too strange to survive, born only meat for wolves, or born a freak to humankind. Still there were 4 eyes shining bravely in the meadow that night. two-headed lamb was found by the old man in a ditch by the meadow in the spring. And as he scratched his head and chuckled, said even God can make a fuck up. Oh, he overlooked an ordinary thing. He overlooked an ordinary thing. It was twice the robin singing in the old growth tree.
All right. Before the concertina goes away, can you tell us a little bit more about that instrument?
Yeah. I guess the technical terminology would be that it is a Haydn duet concertina system, but really it's just another simple folk instrument. I really like squeeze boxes, and I play a lot of different kinds of accordions because they tend to. I like instruments that aren't smarter than me. You know, we spend a lot of the day interfacing with a supercomputer, so it really is a very simple instrument. And I think the thing I like the most about accordions is that they're from the age of mechanical reproduction, when simple stamped parts could make for very loud, danceable or hearable music in an age before digital or sound technology could capture anything. So this one is designed for just what we used it for, and I'm sure there's other combat situations in which it wouldn't work all that well. So I've got about a half dozen squeeze boxes for these kind of various purposes, and I try to keep it more like interfacing with a beloved animal that has simple needs and does simple things, right, than interfacing with a Logic or Pro Tools.
Yeah, something that is intuitively fixable if something goes weird with it out on the road, that you understand how to make it right.
It's got to be the same with a ribbon mic, where you can get inside of it a little bit. These are very fun to fix because it's lots of tiny little parts, so you feel like a watchmaker or God when you manage to fix a tiny rattle.
You see that Joey's T-shirt, the diagram of the AEA?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Joe, do you mind stepping in front of the? It's fantastic, man. I really, really like the way that looks into that camera. Perfect. Yes.
It's basically just an accordion waiting to happen. Yeah.
Well, we get the idea. Yeah, it's nice to have something that you can get under the hood and fix it and figure out what's going on. Well, concertina sounded great. You sounded great on the first song on the guitar. We're back to Guitarland. What would you like to do third from Critterland?
I know it's not morning, but it feels like morning.
I'm right there with you.
I think I want to do a sad song. I was talking about animals, so maybe I'll do one about chickens. Okay. This is called Dry County Dust. It's for small towns, for going back to them when you're in trouble. Chickens in the backyard, preserves in mason jars. Dry County dust has got me feeling kind of low. Cats on the windowsill, I'm feeling shaky still. Mama's in the kitchen, singing sweet by and by. She can't quite hold the tune, she's dancing round the room. I'd disappoint her, she'll still carry on. Thank God forgiveness comes in so many shapes. I've been traveling in anger, trying to ditch the shakes. If you get high in Texarkana, you can still wake up in grace. That's Mom in the kitchen singing sweet by and by. The fox got the chickens, y'all. Was too little, never heard him squall. One golden pullet left, she's the queen of the roost. Sitting on her compost pile, looking out her one good eye. I'm trying to hold her, but she won't be held. She's my softy girl, too soft in an angry world. Oh, fat flesh is slaughtered, but hollow wings will break. Thank God forgiveness comes in so many shapes. I've been traveling in anger, trying to ditch the shakes. If you go blind in Texarkana, you can still wake up in grace. That's Mommy in the kitchen singing sweet by and by. My mother's in the ground, all ancient wisdom now. Hope she's all right with this ugly brown dress. We sent the old girl on guitars and gospel songs. There's things a microphone just can't pick up. Something like quiet prayer comes from everywhere. Something like a loan you know you never can pay back. Thank God forgiveness comes in so many shapes. I've been traveling in anger, trying to ditch the shakes. If you die in Texarkana, you can still wake up in grace. That's Mom in the kitchen singing sweet by and by. That's Mom in the kitchen singing sweet by and by. Chickens in the backyard, preserves in mason jars. Dry county dust has got me feeling kinda low. Thanks, friends.
Right. Willie, thank you very much.
Thanks
Been a
for
total
having me,
pleasure on
guys.
our side, and best of continued luck on Critterland. Thank you for the music today.
Hell yeah, thanks, guys.